this video, we consider a three-step voting process with voter arrivals following a pattern exhibiting a peak in the morning. The plot on screen presents the proportion of voter arrivals per hour throughout the election day. The voting process with a morning peak in arrivals is simulated to identify average and longest voter wait times. A visual representation of this process is currently shown on screen. We assume that the three-step voting process has 2 check-ins, 8 voting booths, and 1 ballot scanner allocated to the simulated polling location with an in-person turnout of 1,500 voters. As demonstrated in the simulation, voters begin to queue for the check-in station, representing delays in the process. This voting process experiences average wait times of 54 minutes and a longest wait of 100 minutes. 3 methods for alleviating long lines are investigated throughout this video to identify feasible strategies for shortening voter wait times while presenting positive and negative elements of each method. Attempting to reduce the duration of wait time for voters, we simulate the voter preparation method in the same voting process, positioning an election worker near the entrance responsible for providing information to voters that are entering the system. This method is currently visualized on screen, and a queue for check-in can still be observed. Despite the continued presence of a check-in queue, average voter wait time decreased by 24.4 minutes, a 45.2% reduction, and the longest wait time is reduced by 18.1 minutes, an 18.1% reduction. Implementing the line separation method, check-in stations are grouped so that voters wait in separate queues to check in. The video on screen presents a visual representation of this queuing process, with 2 distinct queues forming. The line separation method leads to no measurable decrease in average voter wait time and actually increases the longest wait by 16.4%, or 16.4 minutes. Allocating certain resources also proves to effectively reduce voter waits. With the allocation of an additional check-in device, the average voter wait time is reduced by 36.8 minutes, a 68.4% reduction, and the longest voter wait time is reduced by 40.8 minutes, a 40.7% reduction. The addition of an extra voting booth reduces the average wait time by 3.9 minutes, a 7.4% reduction, and the longest wait by 2.5 minutes, a 2.5% reduction. An additional ballot scanner offers only a 1.8 minute or 3.3% reduction in average voter wait time, and a 2 minute or 2% reduction in longest wait time. Given the large reduction in wait time with an additional check-in, this indicates that the check-in processing step is the bottleneck of this system. The tables presented on screen summarize the effect of each line alleviation strategy on voter wait times for the 3-step voting process with a morning peak voter arrival pattern. Through a comparison of these methods, it is clear that both preparing voters and the allocation of an additional check-in have a measurable effect on both average and longest voter wait time. Between these methods, the allocation of an extra check-in reduces average wait time and reduces the longest wait time more than the voter preparation method. The line separation method and the allocation of additional voting booths and ballot scanners increase or offer limited reductions in voter wait time. While the methods described offer different reductions in wait time, each strategy has associated positive and negative characteristics. The voter preparation method may require an additional staff member dedicated to line monitoring and preparing voters. Additionally, the success of this method may rely on the election worker's ability to effectively convey information and address voters' questions. For instance, an experienced election worker may effectively reduce wait times more than estimated. One clear benefit of the voter preparation strategy that cannot be quantified is the perception to the voters. Through preparing and speaking with voters in line, the electorate may feel more engaged and informed on the voting process. Additionally, the only cost associated with this strategy is the hiring, training, and the wage of the additional election worker. The line separation method requires no additional direct costs to implement. However, this method increases voter wait time in the presented case. Additional challenges with the line separation method include potential confusion or line jumping by voters, perceived unfairness if one line moves faster than the other, and additional considerations when laying out the voting equipment. One positive of this method is the reduction in space required for two lines as opposed to a single line. This may result in fewer voters waiting outside of a polling location and could possibly encourage potential voters to join the line. Increasing voting equipment allocations requires the highest direct cost to implement. However, when possible, allocating additional voting equipment is the most effective method for reducing lines. By increasing voting equipment at the point of longest delay, voter wait times can be substantially reduced. While each method explored throughout this video demonstrates the benefits and trade-offs of these line alleviation strategies individually, there may be an added benefit by implementing them in combination. For example, by preparing voters and allocating an additional check-in device in the three-step voting process, the average voter wait time is reduced by 37.2 minutes, or 69.1%, and the longest wait time is reduced by 46.8 minutes, or 46.6%. By implementing separate lines in addition to an extra check-in device, average voter waits may be reduced by 37.6 minutes, or 69.8%, and the longest voter wait may be reduced by 42.7 minutes, or 42.5%. The best strategy or combination of strategies for your polling locations may differ from the results presented in this video. If your voting process differs significantly, or the steps throughout this process take a particularly long or short time to perform, the results reflected here may not accurately reflect your system. However, this video can still act as a resource for general information on line alleviation to assist in your decision-making process.